That's the million-dollar question of what chatter is.
For me, it feels like sometimes you're hanging onto a jackhammer. You know, working downtown, you got your hard hat on, and you're just
It feels like you're sat in a washing machine, to be honest. A broken washing machine.
Once it starts, it's basically feels like you're on a square wheel. You know, the bike just is not smooth, and you can't carry your corner speed, and it affects everything.
It's normally like the tyre just skips across the surface, and it like grip, slide, grip, slide, grip, slide, but it does it so fast that it basically vibrates your teeth out.
The dreaded chatter. Everyone seems to be talking about it at the moment, but nobody seems to be able to fix it. Well, the main reason we hear so much about it lately is the incredible lean angles that they're getting at. We're talking about 55 degrees. Now, when the motorcycle's upright or leant over a bit, the forks and suspension all works perfectly okay. The dampers can all cope with it. But when you get over to that sort of angle, 55 degrees, we're beyond the parameters of the suspension working. So the tyre gets at that angle. Forks won't go up and down, so the tyre just starts to slide across the track and it sets up a vibration. It's a bit like when you have your thumb on a piece of glass and there's lots of grip and you move it and it kind of vibrates all the way across there. The big question is, how do you fix it?
it's the international mystery.
You know, there's lots of different levels of it, and it can really cause engineers to pull their hair out trying to fix it.
If you do get chatter on corner entry, from the rear, as you open the gas, that will load the rear, the tyre will start to flex and the chatter goes away. The problem with our bike is the electronics is recognising that chatter as wheel slip, so it thinks you're in trouble and starts adding traction control, engine cut, ignition cut. So as you open the throttle, the chatter actually gets worse.
And it has to do with everything. I mean, chassis flex, wheelbase, suspension. For instance, we changed the crank. We went to a heavier crank on one bike and we have no chatter.
And, you know, it can be solved very simply in some cases, like I've had in the past many years ago, with a different weight wheel or tyre, just to upset the frequency basically, so then they start to work together again.
When you get it, you have to try and work it out, and you know, when you don't get it, and sometimes you're a little bit worried because it means you haven't got enough grip, so you're always on the borderline.
We've fixed it in the past a couple different ways, but it always seems to be a major pain in the butt.
Actually, the real pain is just when you think you've got it sorted, you get to the next track and it's back again. It can be a nightmare.